Farmer Dan with Middle Ground Farm, and today is March 12th, 2017, and woke up this morning to a bunch of snow, and yeah, it's been 40 some odd degrees, so it's pretty much all melted now anyways, but figured because we got a little bit of rain and then some snow and then it melted in, that it'd be a really great time to plant my Jerusalem artichoke that I harvested from last year. First thing I want to show you was my new beds. We built some raised beds for the garlic, but I wanted to do something different for our other root vegetables. And so I've got a friend of mine that works at a bobcat dealership, and they get people to come in and get their tracks done. And they basically, kind of just like a tire shop, the tires get left behind, so do the tracks. And so he offered these up to me because he was using them at his house for raised beds as well. So basically these are skid steer tracks and heavy duty rubber. They don't look like it, but these things, I don't know how many hundreds of pounds these things weigh. They're unbelievable. And so basically we just kind of set them up in a row and filled them with some beautiful soil that we've been working with for the last couple of years. And I decided that I would put some Jerusalem artichokes in the ground. So I had a bucket that I had from last year, and found that the best way to store Jerusalem artichoke was to actually basically put it back in the dirt. Store it in the dirt was the best thing to do. So it was a matter of putting in a layer of good soil, and then a layer without them touching of the Jerusalem artichoke, and then another layer of soil, and so on and so on. So I basically had a whole 5-gallon bucket full of them. I've been eating them over the winter. I find them delicious as far as sauteing them with my onions in the morning to mix in with my eggs. And so I wanted to start putting these guys back in because last year I had to purchase them. It was my first time growing them. And now that I have some, I certainly want to be reproducing them for my own. So I can. So what I did was I dumped out my bucket, and lo and behold, over here, I found that they've been doing wonderfully over the winter. So these guys have already been putting down roots. And so they're basically just perfect for planting. And what I did, the first bed's already been planted, and so now I'm going to be doing this bed. And so all I did was I'm punching them in full fingers, or 4 fingers, just punching into the ground. They're supposed to go in the ground about 4 to 6 inches. So I'm just kind of punching it in, pushing them down a little bit, and then I'm going to cover them back up. And so what I did was I had some really big ones. I wish I'd thought to record before I already did that, but didn't have my camera person here. So some of the larger ones I was able to break off. So it's much like a potato, where as long as you've got some eyes on it, you're good to go as far as planting it, and there's no issues with it. So same thing with the larger ones. I was able to break those into multiple pieces, and so turn one larger tuber like this into multiple plantings. So what I did then was I went back through and I looked at the ones that have had some degradation over the winter. So you see this guy, we're starting to get like a little bit of blackening, a little bit of rot on parts of it. But I mean, clearly the rest is doing just fine. So I figure, you know what? I'm not going to eat you, but this is going to be a really great one to put in the ground. So I have these ones I kind of just went through, and I found all the ones that aren't suitable because they all have, some kind of a black spot or just odd shape or something. And so these are the ones that I'm going to be putting in. So basically, it is as difficult as this. Jerusalem artichoke, into the ground, covered up, and I'm done. So basically, I'm just going to be doing this. Everywhere that I've put one, I'll put them so that the roots are facing down, cover them up lightly, and I'm just going to finish planting out the rest of this bed. What I'm going to do after that is I'm going to take some of the wood chips that I managed to get dropped off by the dump truck load for free over the last month from our local power company that's doing line trimmings. And so I'm just going to basically put a layer over this to help keep what the mulch does, or the wood chips do, is they keep weeds down, for one. They also keep moisture in, so the beds don't dry out as much. And then I'm going to be doing another video down the road. I've got some drip tape or drip tubing that I'm going to be doing for drip irrigation along here, and we'll get all of that taken care of, and we'll go from there. So just want to kind of show you what we're up to right now on a beautiful sunny afternoon after we had some snow. This is Farmer Dan from Middle Ground Farm, signing off. Thanks.